Namaskar. Namaskaram, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Government of India, here from Ministry of Power, I welcome you to the inauguration as well as laying of foundation stones of various development projects of Kerala by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi in the Shri Pinarayi Vijayan, Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri Hardeep Puri, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Housing and Urban Affairs, and Shri R.K. Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Power and New and Renewable Energy. We now begin with welcome address by Shri R.K. Singh, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Power and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Shri R.K. Singh Ji.
Honorable Prime Minister, it is my proud privilege to welcome you to today's function, wherein you will dedicate and also lay the foundation stone of many projects for the people of Kerala. I also welcome Shri Pinarayi Vijayan Ji, the Chief Minister of Kerala, my colleague Hardeep Puri, ministers from the state government, members of parliament and members of the Legislative Assembly. Honorable Prime Minister, under your leadership in the past 5 years, we have transformed the power sector. We have transformed our country from a power deficit country to a power surplus country. We added 139,000 megawatts in this period of 5 years. We added 142,000 circuit kilometers of transmission lines, connecting the whole country into one grid. Honorable Prime Minister, we connected every village in this country and every home. We connected 28 million consumers in just about 20 months, ensuring universal access. Honorable Prime Minister, the International Energy Agency hailed this as the largest expansion of access anywhere in the world. We have also expanded the inter-regional transfer capacity from 35,000 megawatts in 2014 to 1,03,550 megawatts today. That means we can transfer 1,03,550 megawatts from one corner of the country to another. We increased the inter-regional transfer capacity to South India from 7,000 megawatts in 2014 to 21,000 megawatts today, out of which the interstate transfer capacity to Kerala is now 3,300 megawatts. But even now, because of the growth of demand, even this is now proving to be insufficient. The allocation for Kerala from central sector is 2,266 megawatts, but its peak draw from the national grid in the last season touched 3,100 megawatts. That means they are already touching their transfer capacity, which they can draw from the grid. As the demand increases, and it is expected to touch 5,000 megawatts by 2022 in Kerala, the capacity to transfer more power to Kerala will need to increase. This transmission line, which you will dedicate today, Honorable Prime Minister, is therefore a very timely gift to the people of Kerala. This will enable the transfer of 2,000 megawatts of additional power to Kerala from the national grid. Out of this, Kerala will be able to utilize 1,000 megawatts right now. And to draw the remaining 1,000 megawatts, they will have to strengthen their system, for which their work is going on. Honorable Prime Minister, the transmission line which you are going to dedicate is a voltage source converter based high voltage direct current system, the most modern system in the world and the first of its kind in India. It enables safe and faster transmission with reduced losses and also enables transmission through cables. Out of 165 kilometers of the transmission line, 27 kilometers is underground cable. This technology also facilitates smart grid. It provides greater flexibility in reactive power management and is therefore safer, and also enables higher integration of renewable energy. The project costs 5,070 crores. Honorable Prime Minister, you will also dedicate 50 megawatt solar power plant constructed by our CPSU, the THDC, the Tehri Hydro Development Corporation. The entire power generated from this project will be consumed by Kerala. Honorable Prime Minister, you are already aware that our rate of growth of renewable energy capacity is the highest in the world. We have installed 92,540 megawatts of renewable energy capacity in this past 4.5 years. 49,300 megawatts is under installation and 27,570 megawatts is under bid. We have emerged as the most favored destination in the world for investments in renewable energy. We have also installed many innovative projects such as solar wind hybrid, floating solar, round-the-clock renewable energy. We have a solar cities program in which 17 states have identified one city each to be converted to a solar city. Kerala has identified Thiruvananthapuram as the city to be converted into a solar city. We propose to come out with a bid for green hydrogen in the next 4 or 5 months. And we are also carrying out surveys for installation of offshore wind, the potential for which is very good. Our survey and preparatory work for the installation of 10,000 megawatts of renewable energy in Ladakh and its evacuation is in an advanced stage. We have projects for carbon neutral Andaman and Lakshadweep and carbon neutral Lakshadweep. Honorable Prime Minister, we intend to continue our world leadership in the renewable energy sphere. I thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for taking time out from your busy schedule for dedicating these projects to Kerala.
Thank you,
I again
sir.
welcome you and all the present guests here.
Thank you, sir. I now request Shri Hardeep Puri ji, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Housing and Urban Affairs, to kindly make his remarks. Sir.
Honorable Prime Minister ji, Honorable Governor of Kerala, Shri Arif Muhammad Khan ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri Pinarayi Vijayan ji, my good friend and colleague in the Council of Ministers, Shri R.K. Singh ji, other dignitaries present, and all those who have joined us today for the laying of the foundation stone and inauguration of development projects in Kerala by the Honorable Prime Minister. The visionary leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji in 2014 ushered in an era of new urban reawakening. The government launched several flagship programs: the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, Amrut, Smart Cities Mission, and the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Over the last 6 years, India has embarked on a historic journey towards impactful and people-centric urbanization across its length and breadth through our flagship missions. Honorable Prime Minister, the total cumulative expenditure in the urban sphere during the 10 years of the UPA government between 2004 and 2014 was 1,57,000 crores. In the 6 years of the Modi government, this has gone up to nearly 11 lakh crores, or more than 6 times the amount spent over the 10-year period earlier. As articulated by the Honorable Prime Minister, rapid urbanization poses both a challenge and an opportunity. In the spirit of cooperative federalism, the paradigm of planned urbanization has spread across the country through the various flagship missions, generating access to essential utilities and developing vital urban infrastructure while leveraging new technologies to improve serviceability and ease of living in our cities has been a key policy priority of the Honorable Prime Minister's government. The achievements of our flagship missions are a testament to this commitment. The initiatives announced in the Honorable Finance Minister's budget speech for 2021-22 will give a further impetus to qualitatively and quantitatively scale up the infrastructure and amenities in the urban sector. Massive outlays for the newly announced Jal Jeevan Mission Urban and the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2 validate the commitment of the central government. Today, foundation stones are being laid for 2 projects under the Smart Cities Mission, and 1 project is being inaugurated under the Amrut scheme in Kerala by the Prime Minister. I would like to share some details regarding these projects. The Integrated Command and Control Center for the city of Thiruvananthapuram is estimated to cost rupees 94 crores and is expected to be completed by December this year, 2021. This will ensure real-time monitoring of various city-level functions, that is security, traffic, water, etc. 3 smart road projects with an estimated cost of rupees 427 crores with a length of 37 kilometers are also being grounded. The project is expected to be completed by December 2022. Under the Amrut mission, a rupees 70 crore project for a 75 MLD water treatment plant at Aruvikkara has been completed and is being inaugurated today. This will augment the per capita supply of the city from 100 liters per capita per day to 150 liters per capita per day. As a result of this project, 246,803 households in the city will be benefited. The project is also likely to generate and has generated employment of and for 168,000 person days in the state. The new India envisioned by the Prime Minister is one where the youth, who are the future of the country, have equal opportunities for economic prosperity. This can be possible only if all the basic amenities are made available so that they can concentrate their energies on fulfilling their aspirations. It is imperative, therefore, that every household has a Pakka house with electricity and water tap connection, houses are connected to proper sewerage system, etc., and are also able to leverage the benefits of all the other central government schemes. These amenities, together with clean, fast, and safe mobility, will ensure that the India of tomorrow will be one which every Indian will be proud of. And I'm particularly pleased to submit to all of you, Honorable Prime Minister, and this will resonate particularly well in the state of Kerala, that under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, the title of the home will be in the name of the lady of the house or held co-jointly by her. I would like to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for joining us today, and may I also congratulate the people of Kerala and all those who have joined us virtually as they pursue a path towards sustainable development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Shri Pinarayi Vijayan, Honorable Chief Minister, Kerala, for his remarks. Honorable Chief Minister.
Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji and other dignitaries, greetings to you all. This is a historic day as far as the state of Kerala is concerned. Major developmental projects are being inaugurated at Kasaragod in the north, Thrissur in the center, and at Thiruvananthapuram in the south of the state. The foundation stones of 2 projects under the Smart City project in the state capital are also being laid. We are extremely glad that the Honorable Prime Minister is here with us today to dedicate to the nation and to lay the foundation stone of these landmark projects. On behalf of the state government, let me assure him of our continued cooperation in projects that are being implemented together by the state and central government. In a federal structure such as ours, it is imperative for governments at various levels to work together for the benefit of the people. കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം സുപ്രധാനമായ ഒരു ദിവസമാണിത്. സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ വടക്കേ അറ്റം മുതൽ തെക്കേ അറ്റം വരെ വിവിധ പദ്ധതികൾ യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാവുകയും തലസ്ഥാന നഗരിയിൽ സ്മാർട്ട് സിറ്റിയുടെ ഭാഗമായ 2 പദ്ധതികൾക്ക് തുടക്കം കുറിക്കുകയുമാണ്. പുഗലൂരിൽ നിന്ന് തൃശ്ശൂരിലേക്കുള്ള ഹൈ വോൾട്ടേജ് ഡയറക്റ്റ് കറന്റ് ലൈനിന്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടനം നടക്കുകയാണ്. ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി 2000 മെഗാവാട്ട് ശേഷിയുള്ള HVDC സ്റ്റേഷൻ തൃശ്ശൂരിൽ നിർമ്മിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. 2017 ആരംഭിച്ച ഈ ലൈനിന്റെ പ്രവൃത്തികൾ സമയബന്ധിതമായി പൂർത്തീകരിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞതിൽ അതിയായ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. പദ്ധതിയുടെ പേരിൽ നഷ്ടങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായവർക്ക് കൃത്യമായ നഷ്ടപരിഹാരം നൽകിയും അതിന്റെ അധിക ബാധ്യത സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാരും KSEBയും ഏറ്റെടുത്തും പ്രാദേശിക പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾക്ക് കളക്ടർമാരുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ പരിഹാരം കണ്ടെത്തിയുമൊക്കെയാണ് 4000 കോടിയോളം രൂപ നിർമ്മാണ ചെലവുള്ള ഈ പദ്ധതി പൂർത്തീകരിച്ചത്. കാസർകോട്ടുള്ള സോളാർ പാർക്കിൽ അമ്പലത്തറയിൽ 50 മെഗാവാട്ട് നിലയം 2018 പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ പൈവളികയിൽ 50 മെഗാവാട്ട് നിലയം കൂടി പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നു. സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ ഊർജ മേഖലയിൽ വലിയ കുതിച്ചുചാട്ടമാണ് കഴിഞ്ഞ 4.25 വർഷമായി ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. അരുവിക്കരയിൽ വാട്ടർ ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റ് പ്ലാന്റ് പ്രവർത്തന സജ്ജമാകുന്നതോടെ തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തെ 10 ലക്ഷത്തോളം ആളുകൾക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴുള്ള പ്രതിദിന ജലലഭ്യത 100 ലിറ്ററിൽ നിന്നും 150 ലിറ്ററായി ഉയരുകയാണ്. ഈ സർക്കാരിന്റെ കാലയളവിൽ 13 ലക്ഷം കുടിവെള്ള കണക്ഷനുകൾ നൽകാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. 21,42,000 ഗ്രാമീണ കുടുംബങ്ങൾക്ക് പൈപ്പിലൂടെ കുടിവെള്ളം ലഭ്യമാക്കാനുള്ള പദ്ധതിക്കും തുടക്കം കുറിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. തിരുവനന്തപുരം നഗരത്തെ സ്മാർട്ട് സിറ്റി മിഷന്റെ ഭാഗമായി കോർപ്പറേഷനും സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാരും കേന്ദ്രവും കൂടെ ചേർന്ന് 1135 കോടി രൂപയുടെ പ്രവൃത്തികളാണ് തിരുവനന്തപുരം നഗരത്തിൽ സ്മാർട്ട് സിറ്റി പദ്ധതിയുടെ ഭാഗമായി നടപ്പാക്കുന്നത്. അതിൽ 94 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവ് ചെയ്താണ് ഇന്റഗ്രേറ്റഡ് കമാൻഡ് ആൻഡ് കൺട്രോൾ സെന്റർ യാഥാർത്ഥ്യം ആക്കുന്നത്. തിരുവനന്തപുരം നഗരത്തിലുള്ള 37 കിലോമീറ്റർ റോഡുകളെ 427 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിട്ട് സ്മാർട്ട് റോഡുകളാക്കുകയാണ്. നടപ്പാതയും സൈക്കിൾ ട്രാക്കും ഉൾപ്പെടെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് റോഡുകളെ കൂടുതൽ സൗകര്യപ്രദമാക്കാനും CCTVകൾ സ്ഥാപിച്ച് പൊതുജനങ്ങളുടെ സുരക്ഷ ഉറപ്പുവരുത്താനുമാണ് ലക്ഷ്യമിടുന്നത്. വൈദ്യുതി, കുടിവെള്ളം, ഗതാഗതം, സർക്കാർ സേവനങ്ങൾ, അധികാര വികേന്ദ്രീകരണം ഇങ്ങനെ നിരവധി മേഖലകളിൽ ഗുണകരമായ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന പദ്ധതികൾക്കാണ് ഇന്ന് തുടക്കം കുറിക്കുന്നത്. Once again, I thank the Honorable Prime Minister for his presence. I hope that the projects being initiated today will make a marked difference in the lives of the people of Kerala. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And now we'll present a short film on the 5 projects to be dedicated and foundation stone to be laid by our Honorable Prime Minister. Can we have the film, please?
Kerala, God's own country, known for art and culture, backwaters and culinary charms, is experiencing development, transforming through modern infrastructure under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
We are at a historic point today. Our actions today will shape our growth trajectory in the years to come. India has the ability to rise to the occasion and contribute to global good. Our people have shown that with the right opportunity, they can do wonders. Let us keep working to create those opportunities. Together, we will build an Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Over the last 7 years, continued efforts of the Government of India in the power sector has propelled growth, and under the robust leadership, access to electricity has been provided to every household through the Saubhagya scheme. All census-inhabited villages have been electrified under the flagship scheme of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, which benefits each and every Indian, ensuring Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. With creation of one nation, one grid, one frequency, power can be transferred to any part of the country. In line with vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Kerala is strengthening the nation's resolve as it is getting today India's first HVDC power transmission project based on voltage source converter technology by Government of India at Thrissur. The project will evacuate 2000 megawatt of power from western region to Kerala, ensuring uninterrupted power supply, benefiting agriculture, industries and households of the state. Built at a cost of rupees 5,070 crore, this system consists of 2 HVDC terminal stations at Pugalur and Thrissur and a 320 kV HVDC line. This state-of-the-art system strengthens the power infrastructure of Kerala and has optimized tower design and 27-kilometer underground cabling to reduce the right-of-way requirements. Firmly committed to the sustainable development, the country's leadership took several initiatives, such as spearheading the International Solar Alliance, development of solar parks and green energy corridors in country to promote clean power. Towards fulfillment of ambitious target of 175 gigawatt of installed capacity from renewable energy sources by 2022, the Government of India has set up a 50 megawatt solar plant at Kasaragod, Kerala. The entire clean and green power from the plant, set up with an investment of 280 crore rupees, is committed to Kerala. The capacity utilization factor of the project was upgraded to 23% from initial 19% by adopting innovative design. Apart from these powering initiatives, Government of India's Amrit scheme is being implemented in Kerala for ensuring clean drinking water and handling household sewage. A 75 MLD water treatment plant in Thiruvananthapuram will benefit 2.5 lakh households of Aruvika and adjoining areas, leading to 50% increase in availability of drinking water to around 10 lakh citizens. The Kerala Water Authority undertook the task of implementing this project in 2018 at an estimated cost of 70 crore rupees. For overall development of the state, 37-kilometer roads are being converted to smart roads with multi-utility underground ducting of electricity, water and telephone lines at Thiruvananthapuram. This about 427 crore rupee project involves road junction improvement, smart upgradation of carriageways, footpaths and cycle tracks, street furniture and landscaping, which will add to the beauty of the city. Another step towards building aesthetic look and maintenance of the smart city is the Integrated Command and Control Center at Thiruvananthapuram, which will serve as nerve center for managing city's operations and monitoring administrative components through creation of One City, One Mobile application, automated smart mobile meter, GPS-based vehicle tracking system, environmental sensors, automated parking system, on, off street, traffic and safety command control center. This 94 crore rupee project will bring world-class mobility and infrastructure, enhancing ease of living and propel all-round growth. All these projects involve investment of rupees 5,941 crore and will continue to contribute towards overall economic and social development of the state. Inauguration of 2000 megawatt Pugalur Thrissur Power Transmission Project, solar power project of 50 megawatt capacity at Kasaragod, 75 MLD water treatment plant at Aruvikara, laying of the foundation stone, world-class smart road of 37-kilometer length at Thiruvananthapuram, integrated command and control center at Thiruvananthapuram, today by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
The Honorable Prime Minister will now inaugurate the 3 projects and lay foundation stone of 2 projects. I first request the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly inaugurate Power Grids Pugalur Trishur 2000 megawatt voltage source converter based HVDC project and TSDC's solar power project of 50 megawatt at Kasargod, Kerala by pressing the remote button. Honorable Prime Minister. Now I request the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly inaugurate the 75 MLD water treatment plant at Aruvikara and lay foundation stones of Smart Road project at Thiruvananthapuram and foundation stone of Integrated Command and Control Center at Thiruvananthapuram. Prime Minister. I now request the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly address the gathering. Sir.
Governor of Kerala, Shri Arif Mohammed Khan, Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri Pinarayi Vijayan, my cabinet colleague, Shri R.K. Singh, Hardeep Singh Puri, other distinguished guests, friends, Namaskaram Kerala. Just a few days ago, I was in Kerala to inaugurate key projects of the petroleum sector. Today, thanks to technology, we are connected once again. We are taking important steps in the development journey of Kerala. The development works starting today are spread across the state. They cover a wide range of sectors. They will power and empower this beautiful state whose people are making rich contributions to India's progress. The 2000 megawatt state-of-the-art Pugalur Trishur high voltage direct current system is being inaugurated today. This is the first HVDC interconnection of Kerala with national grid. Trishur is an important cultural center of Kerala. Now, it will also be the power center for Kerala. This system will facilitate transfer of large quantum of power to meet the growing power demand of the state. It is also the first time the VSC converter technology has been introduced in the country for transmission. It is indeed a moment of pride for all of us. Friends, internal power generating sources in Kerala are seasonal. This makes the state largely dependent on import of power from the national grid. This gap had to be bridged. The HVDC system helps us achieve this. Now, there will be access to power with reliability. It is equally important to strengthen intra-state transmission network for delivery of power to the households and industrial units. There is one another aspect which makes me happy about this project. The HVDC equipment used in this project have been made in India. This makes our Atmanirbhar Bharat movement stronger. Friends, we are not just dedicating a transmission project. We have a project of producing electricity also. It is a pleasure to dedicate yet another clean energy asset of 50 megawatt capacity, the Kasaragod Solar Project. This will be a step in achieving the green and clean energy dream of our country. India is devoting great importance to solar energy. Our gains in solar energy ensure a stronger fight against climate change, a boost to our entrepreneurs. Work is also underway to connect our hard-working farmers with the solar sector, make our Annadata also Urjadata. Under PM Kusum Yojana, over 20 lakh solar power pumps are being given to farmers. In the last 6 years, India's solar energy capacity is up 13 times. India has also brought the world together to the International Solar Alliance. Friends, our cities are engines of growth and powerhouse of innovation. Our cities are seeing 3 encouraging trends: technological development, favorable demographic dividend, increasing domestic demand. To further our growth in the sector, we have the Smart Cities Mission. The integrated command and control centers under the mission are helping cities in better urban planning and management. I'm very happy to share that 54 command center projects have become operational. 30 such projects are at various stages of implementation. These centers were especially useful during the pandemic days. Of the 2 smart cities in Kerala, Kochi Smart City has already established its command center. Thiruvananthapuram Smart City is now getting ready for its control center. Under Smart Cities Mission, the 2 Kerala Smart Cities, Kochi and Thiruvananthapuram, have made significant progress. Till date, the 2 smart cities have 27 projects worth rupees 773 crore that have been completed. Works in 68 projects worth almost rupees 2,000 crore are in pipeline. Friends, one more initiative to improve urban infrastructure is Amrut. Amrut is helping cities expand and upgrade their wastewater treatment infrastructure. A total of 175 water supply projects are being taken up in Kerala under Amrut at the cost of more than rupees 1,100 crore. Universal coverage is provided in 9 Amrut cities. Today, we are inaugurating the 75 million liters per day water treatment plant at Aruvikara, completed at a cost of rupees 70 crore. This will improve the lives of around 13 lakh citizens. As my minister colleague said, this project will help increase per capita water supply in Thiruvananthapuram to 150 liters per day from 100 liters per day supply earlier. Friends, today we are making the Jayanti of the great Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. The life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj inspires people across India. He gave emphasis on Swaraj, where the fruits of development reach all sections of society. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj also had a special relation with the coast of India. One hand he built a strong navy. On the other hand, he worked hard for coastal development and welfare of fishermen. We are continuing this vision. India is on the way to becoming Atmanirbhar in the defense sector. There have been path-breaking reforms in defense and space sectors. These efforts will create opportunities for so many talented Indian youngsters. Similarly, our nation has begun a big movement towards excellent coastal infrastructure. India is investing in our blue economy. We value the efforts of our fishermen. Our efforts for fishermen community are based on more credit, increased technology, top quality infrastructure, supportive government policies. Fishermen now have access to Kisan credit cards. We are encouraging the use of latest technology that will help them navigate the waters. Work is underway to modernize boats they use. Government policies will ensure India becomes a hub for seafood exports. In this budget itself, a fishing harbor has been announced for Kochi. Friends, the great Malayalam poet Kumaran Ashan had said, "I am not asking your caste, sister. I am not asking your caste, sister. I ask for water. I am thirsty." Development and good governance does not know caste, creed, race, gender, religion, or language. Development is for everyone. This is the essence of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Development is our aim. Development is our religion. I seek the support of the people of Kerala so that we can move forward to realize this shared vision of togetherness and development. Nanni Namaskaram.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister, for such inspiring and motivating address. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Government of India, Ministry of Power, I express deep gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister and all dignitaries for sparing their valuable time and for being with us. We now take leave. Namaskaram.
देखिए देश दिशा।